Hey, good morning. Saturday morning, and it's nice again. It's about -10. We had three, 4 days there where it was about -35, -30 at night, and we'd get up to -30 or -28 during the day, but just hard on stuff. And so I didn't do too much. Although yesterday it warmed up to, I don't know, I guess it was probably -20 most of the day. But I did haul 2 loads of canola. Other than that, the last couple of days we were in the shop, changed that seal. That was in a video there a couple days ago. I'm just on my way over here now. I'm going to plug these tractors in. Also looking at the garbage these dogs got strewn across the yard. Guess I'll pick that up too. I'm gonna probably make some bags today, and I do have to get a tote of sheep molasses. Oh, blurry. So this tote I put in the shop so it'd be nice and warm, because I got it transferred into another tote. And the reason for that is this is I think like a 6-inch hole, maybe 4-inch, I don't know. I don't know how many different options there are, but the guy that wants this, he wants the one with the bigger hole so he can put down a sump pump or whatever and stick it down in there and then use that to pump the molasses out. So that's what I'm gonna do. These totes are very interesting. There's like 3 or 4 different thread or coupler type patterns on depending on what tote you get, and the lids are all different sizes as well. So keeps it interesting trying to rig it up for people, because obviously we want to do what we can to make things easy for people if they're going to be using this product at all. I also got to go find my hose and then find the right adapter and then go find the right tote. But that's okay, because that'll give them tractors time to warm up. They probably don't need to be plugged in very long because it is only about -10. Feels just downright balmy, actually. All right, well, guy just actually came and we got 1,500 pounds of cattle molasses for him. Now this stuff is the sheep molasses. It's roughly the same viscosity. So once it was -33 for those couple days, like I said there earlier. Any of the totes that are sitting outside, they're going to take a few days to warm up a little bit. Even the molasses in those big tanks got a little thick. So this one 96 there I had in the shop for the last couple of days, so it is flowing very good. And the reason that I'm transferring it, you can see this is a way bigger lid, way bigger opening, so he can fit his pump down inside. It makes it a lot nicer. Hey, well, it's still morning, so still a good morning. We got all that stuff done. I got some totes loaded out. I got some molasses transferred. I got some chicken feed loaded up, some oyster shells, some sunflower. Had a couple chats with some very nice people. Now I'm just waiting for some stuff to warm up. Gonna make some bags. I was thinking though, the other day I made a little bit of a video about getting close to the threshold of being a mini factory farm over being just your, what you set out to be if you're setting out to be a farm direct farm. And a lot of that is just born out of frustration. People, they start with the best of intentions. They want to raise free range chickens with, basically pasture raised chickens. So you get free range eggs, pasture pork, free range beef, pasture beef that's grass fed, grain finished, or grass fed, grass finished. Same with their lambs. That's all a very expensive way to raise meat, and it's a lot more labor intensive because you're chasing these animals around. When they're not confined, they don't gain the same, and you can just think of that yourself. If you lay on the couch all day and eat, you get big. If you go and exercise and eat, you don't get as big as fast, or maybe you don't get big at all. So everybody, I do believe, starts out with the best of intentions. They get moved out to the country, they get themselves a few critters, they start trying to buy feed, trying to buy fences and build all this infrastructure to have pasture raised. Then the market doesn't find them, so they start to get frustrated, and now they start to make bad decisions where they're getting maybe commercially constructed feeds, which is right full of things like soy and corn and vitamin and mineral and all of this stuff. And then they start force feeding that to their animals. They start confining their animals a little bit more, and then you start to lose. So it doesn't work that way. You kind of gotta you do got to stick with it and hope the market finds you and do a little bit better marketing, because it's not fair to say I got free range eggs when you are keeping your chickens locked in a coop and feeding them 30% protein feed and keeping them under a light 24 hours a day. You're effectively now just a little factory farm yourself. But I do understand it and I do get it, and we do the best we can to help producers find the market. We've actually even set up a whole Facebook page for our area up here in the Peace Country, and we like chatting with people and sharing ideas with them. We know a lot of producers and we hear a lot of ideas, so we certainly don't mind sharing those around. So if you got some comments or whatever, leave them below and we'll try our best to answer them for you. And if we can't answer them, we certainly know a producer that does know the answer, and we can put you in touch with them. But this video, believe it or not, is more to the other side. If you're out there looking and you're thinking, you know, I'm tired of going to the grocery store, meat's $20 a pound for decent cuts and above. I mean, I realize you can get ground beef and cheaper cuts for a little bit less, but any decent cut, you're looking at $20 a pound or more. Ground pork, ground beef, that's hitting $7, $8 depending on, I don't include sale prices in this, and I hate when people do, well, I can get it on sale. Okay, yeah, that's great. If you can get everything on sale, that's fine, you're winning, enjoy that. But, you know, most people don't shop like that. So, eggs, I mean, we've all seen that. There's been a ton of drama around eggs. They've hit like, whatever, huge dollars a dozen. Kind of up in our area, they haven't. There seems to be around that $3.80, $4 in the store for your commercially raised egg, and so on and so forth. But if you're a consumer and you're thinking, I want to get involved and I want to get out there and I want to get farm direct as much as possible, we just had a breakfast this morning that was our own potatoes, it was our own pork sausage, it was our own pork bacon, and it was our own eggs. So 100%, even the butter that it was fried in, 100% farm direct. We didn't go to a grocery store for any of it. Of course, when you go down the dairy road, you get into a little bit of a, it's not even a little bit of a gray area, it's a hard line. And that's something that I do quite a bit of research on, trying to figure out, you know, if there's anything that can be done about it. The dairy cartel in Canada is massive, it's huge, it's highly influential, and it's most likely not going to be something that one individual can bring down. However, I don't think that giving up that fight is that great either. We should be able to make amendments and petitions where we can get some sort of a cottage type industry around dairy, so we can start supporting our local dairy producers instead of having them just feed all their excess to the pigs, while commercial dairy is actually dumping due to quotas. But back to that, if you're looking at getting into the market, please, please, please do the numbers, try to do them fair, compare apples to apples, and make sure that you're not trying to find farm direct produce, whatever it may be, from meat, eggs, vegetables, so on, and you're not trying to rob that producer down to commercially raised prices. It takes more space, it takes more animal husbandry, looking after these animals, it takes more feed because they're not fed as dense. It takes a lot more to do this, and most likely what you'll find is the producer, if he's asking or she is asking for any more, it's not that much. And that's one thing that I tell a lot of people. If you are trying to sell your meat, say a pound of bacon, and you're going to sell it for $12, and somebody says, well, I can get it on sale for $10 a pound, you're only actually selling $2. You're not selling the whole 12, you're just selling the extra. Lots of times meat is not sold like that, although there are a tremendous amount of producers that are offering up boxes, and they're offering up mixed boxes, they're offering up subscription plans where you can get deliveries bi-weekly, monthly, whatever you want to set up with them. And then obviously the cheapest way you can do this though is buying yourself a whole animal or a half an animal. And then on our Facebook page we have quite a few breakdowns from ourselves that we've done personally on the animals we've raised. There's some other people that have added their numbers as well. You can find out what it costs a producer to raise an animal from start to finish. You can find out what a cut sheet is going to look like. You can find out what the volume, of cuts you're going to get off of each animal, and generally you can find out the cost. So once you find those costs, make sure you do a good job when you're comparing, and don't just say, well, I can get commercially raised, factory farmed ground beef in the store for $5 a pound on sale. Why do you want $6.75 a pound hanging for your strip loin steaks, right? Those aren't fair comparisons. So anyways, I think things are warm enough. I'm gonna get out there and make some bags today. Everybody enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you all on the next one.